tell us a little bit about yourself, how what your life looked like pre-FFL, where you came from, and kind of what the journey has been so far with our company as well.
Yeah, so I came from real estate. It's a dog eat dog world, man. It's pretty vicious. They'll throw you under the bus. It's nothing even close to the culture in our company. If you think that's not the culture of our company at Family First Life, it's simply because you're not reaching out to managers and other producers. That's the only reason you would ever think that. So I don't know. I feel like God kind of dropped this opportunity into my lap. Reached out to a couple of friends. They're big dogs now, Gabe and Caleb, on your team, and they shot straight with me. They told me the pros. They told me the hard work. They did not sugarcoat anything. So that's kind of how I am. I'm known for being like that, and I'll continue to do so. But jumped right in. I had $500 cash in an envelope for leads with 20s and 10s, and I put it all in the bank, and I jumped in and bought leads and immediately saw a return on CRM leads. I just did everything that I was told, honestly, and I didn't ride anybody's coattails. I worked hard, dialed, put my appointments in order, constantly reached out, not only to my manager, but to others as well who didn't benefit from me. And I did not make winning an option with us. And then I got pregnant in September, got very sick. So did my best to push through during that time. My husband quit his job in February, quit his 9 to 5 to jump all in. And he's licensed as well. He's doing very well. And we're working on building a team. They're doing very well. I'm honored to be able to bring anybody into this business to be able to help them. I think the biggest thing, kind of like you said, is don't sugarcoat. Like when I call you, you shoot straight with me, man. And you don't spare any feelings. None of the guys spare any feelings. That's not what we're about here. It's not about sparing your feelings. Sparing your feelings doesn't make you money. So ever since then, yeah, we've just run appointments and we're building a team. We're starting to get some momentum, hitting logo here soon. But yeah, that's kind of my story summed up. Nothing impressive.
No, it is impressive. I think it's, your discipline, your straightforward, you being straightforward and the way how you care about the clients and your posts on Facebook, by the way, they're so inspirational. So, I mean, you just inspire so many people, and you may not know that, and you might be underestimating how much value you're bringing to the whole entire team and to the whole entire Serve the People group. It's unbelievable. Thanks for doing that, by the way. But now that we're gonna dive into some things we can learn from you and your processes as well. But how's it? I have this question first. How's it working with Andrew? How's this working in tandem with your husband? So what does it look like? What kind of responsibilities each one of you guys have? How's the dynamic of that relationship, and where are you guys going? What are some of the goals that you have for your team and for your maybe personal production, for your future with our company?
I think that's the cool part about this company, Ivan. Like I was just talking to Mark the other day, and he and his wife don't do the business together just because that's not what works best for them. And you and your wife, I'm sure, have you guys' own dynamic and agreement as well. My husband and I have our agreement. I dial for him, and he runs more appointments than I do. Dialing solid appointments is a strong suit of mine. And so I dial those appointments. I run 2 to 3 days a week. He runs a full schedule, full appointments per week. And then every day in between then, I am at home training my team in the field, answering those phone calls, talking to warm market recruiting as well. But at the end of the day, that's what's worked best for us. That's what's super cool is whatever works best for you and your family, you can do that. You just need to get your appointments in. You need to buy leads and book solid appointments, and you will make money. So however that looks like for you, you can make it look like that for you. But yeah, that's kind of our dynamic. It's what really works for us. It's taken us some time for sure to get that schedule in order. I have somebody watch my son on my dial days and my run days as well while my husband's running. But yeah. You're breaking up a little bit. I don't think I can hear you, Ivan.
Oh, I don't think anybody can hear me because I just muted myself here.
No. Yeah.
Awesome. But what are some of the goals you guys setting for yourself for 2022? So I mean, just a side note here. I'm excited for what's in store for all of us here on the team in 2022. But what are you, what are you prophesizing? What are you seeing for you and Andrew in 2022? So what's some of your goals? Can you talk to us a little bit about?
Yeah, I would love to hit Hall of Fame. I haven't really dug deep into that yet and deciding that's what I'm going to do. And I know when I'm going to do it. That's something you really have to decide. And then continue to grow the team every single month. I mean, at the end of the day, my goal, I say it all the time, is that hat 20 times 20. I want 20 agents writing 20,000 a month. And I can have all the agents in between that choose that they want to write 5 or 7,000 a month. That's awesome. But I want at the end of the day to train 20 solid agents doing 20,000 a month. And we're already at about 3 on our team doing so within the last 6 months. So I'm not mad at that. But yeah, that's ultimately our goal, is to just be honest with people and help them get better on our team and to grow. And now a couple of them are starting to recruit people as well, and just helping them with that at the end of the day as well.
That's awesome. Yeah, three is really good, and I know what you went through recently. So again, congratulations. And I know as I said, I don't even know how you're doing this, but it seems like, I mean, time flies so fast. And I mean, I definitely see what you're doing on Facebook and all the posts that you make. And it seemed like you went from the field to the hospital, came right out, and came right back swinging. Just selling a lot of insurance. So can you talk to us a little bit about that? I mean, I just know Mindy's so good of a producer. So let's learn from you. So like what are some of the things that are non-negotiables for you, and what are some of the things that you think would either make you or break you as an agent?
I think the biggest thing that'll break you, to me, my number one for any agent, is lying to yourself when you're dialing. So knowing that appointment after appointment after appointment is not solid because you feel like you have to get your 15 appointments in. So what you're going to do is you're going to lie to yourself, because this has been a long dial day. Guys, I get it. 2 days ago, I dialed for 10 hours straight. Like, I get it. It is not always easy. But the biggest thing, dude, that's going to kill you is when you lie to yourself on the phones. When you say that you're booking 15, but you know that they're not solid, or half of them are solid, or maybe they're not, or you convince them that you just have to drop off the information and you know they're not solid appointments. So I think the biggest game changer, Ivan, was, one, I'm going to be away from my son. So any appointments I'm running, they need to count. The best way to make them count is by ensuring that on the phone, they are solid appointments. They know why you're coming. They know what mortgage protection is, that's that coverage that pays off your home in the event of your death. I tell them, you can't call me back to cancel, because this line does not take any cancellations or reschedules. Okay, so don't even call me back, because I will be there. And always having enough leads when you're dialing. Quit recycling the old leads. You think you're saving money, you're not. You're wasting money. Because I've done all those things that I think are going to save me money. When you're straining every last juice out of your leads, you're actually losing money. You're not saving money. So non-negotiable, don't lie to yourself on the phone, and just kind of buckle down on your dial days. In the home, I think the biggest thing is making sure they can afford it. So don't be the guy to talk people up. Be the guy that talks people down, because you're not doing your job at the end of the day if you're trying to upsell every client that you're sitting with. So make sure that it's something that they're comfortable with. Make sure they fully understand that coverage, break it all down. And yeah, that'll be a game changer in your cancellation rate as well. And then last, I'd say the biggest game changer for me. So 1, making sure my appointments are solid. 2, making sure people can afford it. And 3, in the home, when you're explaining living benefits, implement the person's why in the living benefits. So when you're saying critical illness, ask them what it would look like if they went to the doctor and he looked you in the eye and he told you that you had cancer. Then go to the next one. Say, what would it look like if Mary had to bathe you, feed you, clothe you, help you do 2 out of those 6 daily functions? Disability, death. So each and every living benefit, I actually incorporate a why with them, make them tell me what it would look like for them. So you're actually implementing like 5 different whys there rather than one. And I feel like I've seen a really big difference in that too.
100%. I love it. So, you saying what I've heard is in order for you to build, to book solid appointments, obviously outside of just calling, obviously we need to call and make, put the work in. You saying that the difference maker would be the just simply enough money put in the leads, and that's going to provide solid appointments. Is that basically what you're saying? Can you elaborate a little bit on that? Because I mean, I'll be honest, I was never like perfect. My job was to really just, and my vision was to get down with the dial day so I can build a business and hire agents, train agents, doing other things. And I'm suspecting you doing things a little bit differently. You're really tying them down, which I mean, over time, obviously I got tired of getting beat up in the field. I've learned how to tie them down, how to book real appointments. But I mean, it seems like you figured this out way, way quicker than I ever did. So can you talk to us and elaborate a little bit about how enough leads will directly impact the quality of the appointments you set?
Yeah. So, I mean, if you have 30 leads that you need to call and you have like 30 to 75 leads, you're going to stress out. Like, you're going to be like, I have to book these people. And even if they're not interested, I need to feel like I booked somebody to make my money's worth. Right. So, but the more leads that you have, it doesn't matter how good you think you are. There are good dial days and there are bad dial days, and you need to be prepared the same for both. So no less than 100, 150 leads on a dial day. When you have that many leads, if somebody's kind of wavering and they're really not interested, you don't really care. Move on to the next person that knows why you're coming and knows that you're interested. So I guess the best way that I describe it is kind of like cold brew. I'm a coffee person. So with cold brew, you have to use a concentrate of coffee and then you add water to dilute it. Okay. What I'm looking to do is make sure that my appointments booked is that concentrate. So I want them to be a lot more solid rather than diluting it, so that your time on the field is going to count a heck of a lot more because you didn't dilute and water down booking those appointments. They're a lot more solid appointments. So you're going to lower your no-show rate. Then you're going to up your sit ratio, and in turn, of course, up your sell ratio as well, just by ensuring that on the phones, it's solid. Don't lie to yourself. When somebody on the phone is not solid, double book them. Book 17 appointments that day rather than booking the normal 15 or whatever. But yeah, I would say the more leads that you have, the less stressed you're going to be. You think you're more stressed because you're spending more money, but you really will not be. You're going to feel a lot better when you're booking appointments, especially when you're new and you're inexperienced on the phones as well.
100%. Like now, Mindy, I know you definitely want aggressive after that, and you, without hesitation, spend as much money as you did early on, which brought, that experience, the appointment count that you booked. And I mean, obviously the confidence and, most definitely shortened your learning curve dramatically because you did that. So it's definitely clear. But can you talk to some of our newer listeners and I mean, what was going through your mind? Was it uncomfortable to put like a lot of money into it right up front? What was your thought process on that, and why actually, those that listen to us today should really trust this opportunity, trust the process, and just if you want to elaborate a little bit more on that as well, I'd really appreciate it.
Yeah, I mean, who's not scared? Like $500 is a lot of money. Like I remember, because when you're making this type of money, it's easy to forget genuinely how much $500 can be for a lot of people. How much, honestly, it was for, I mean, Ivan, where did you come from? Like, how much was $500? Like, take yourself, forget everything. Take yourself back to when you guys were living dollar to dollar. Like, I understand that $500 is a lot of money, but legit, as cliche as it is, guys, no risk, no reward. And it's either, be broke and take your shot, or work that 9 to 5 the rest of your life, be broke, then live on Social Security. I mean, you pick at the end of the day what's more uncomfortable. Pick your uncomfortable. Is it staying in your 9 to 5, or is it risking $500 to $1,000 on leads when you're first starting, right? Like, to me, staying in 9 to 5, people telling me what to do, when I can do it, when I can see my family, when I retire, what my social security is going to be, that's a crap ton more uncomfortable than investing money in leads. And you know what is comfortable is when you make those sales and you feel like you helped people and you grow a team and they start making money for their family. So guys, I get it. It's uncomfortable, man. Everybody who started had to do it. Like, let's be honest, Ivan didn't even speak English when he first started. He was asking, different agents or different people how to help him in that. So for every excuse that you have in this company, someone else has already overcome that excuse. So overcome that excuse yourself, man. And whatever you are trying to get over that too, so you can inspire somebody else. But I get it. $500 is a lot of money to start investing in leads. But if you decide that there is no plan B and there is no other option, and you're gonna make this work and you're gonna make money from that $500, you will, whether you have to door knock, whether you have to triple, quadruple dial, call them on private, text them, whatever you have to do. Just take that risk. Choose your uncomfortable. Again, what's more uncomfortable?
No
Ending the
doubt.
end of your broke, or is it investing in leads? And you know the answer to that.
Right. Yeah, most definitely, Mindy. And I know now, knowing what you know, if you had money, I'm pretty sure you would have spent more just to put yourself in even better position, right? So I'm not, if you had 1,000, I bet now with your mindset and knowing what you know, again, you would probably spend the whole 1,000. So, but what are you guys spending now between you and Andrew? What are you guys? Can you talk to us a little bit about the numbers now that you've been here for how long you've been here? About probably about over a year now at this point. So, and I know you probably mentioned earlier, but what do you spend between you and Andrew, and what kind of numbers you seeing, and what kind of results you seeing from those lead purchases?
Yeah, we're spending about, on average, we actually just upped our lead spend. So we're probably spending about 3,000, 3,500 a week on leads between the two of us. I don't think any agent should ever be spending less than $1,000 on leads a week, even if you're really good. Nobody should. You're losing money by doing that. So we're about 3,000, 3,500, depending. Sometimes we'll say, hey, we're going to go to this area. Let's buy more CRM leads. Today, I bought more CRM leads to supplement. Earlier this week, I was having a bad dial day. It was actually making me really mad. So what did I do? I bought more leads. And my husband wrote several grand off of that yesterday, just from spending $300. I think he wrote, I don't know, 3,500, 4,000 yesterday, something like that. So you're going to have to learn to get uncomfortable at the end of the day and buy leads. And eventually you'll realize it's kind of weird. You'll find comfort in buying leads because you know that you're going to make money whenever you do so, and that you're going to position yourself better.
Yeah,
But yeah.
And now that you guys spending about 14,000, anywhere between 12 to 14 grand between two of you. So what both you and Andrew wrote in October, and what are you going to write in November?
So in October, shoot, I'm known for being really bad at numbers. I always say I just work, and so does my husband. I know, I want to say between the two of us, we probably did 40 to 50,000. I know it was more than that. I'm being really modest, to be honest. I just want to say worst case scenario, it was about 40 to 50,000. So we spent, what, 10, 12,000 in leads, made several thousand. I know I'm horrible. I'm straight up. I'm known for being horrible at numbers. That's something I'm going to get better at, Ivan. But it shows at the end of the day, like, you don't have to be the math guy. Like, dude, just buy leads and work, and you're going to be fine. If you train your team, your team will grow. You don't have to be the perfect person. But yeah, that's what I'd say about what we're on pace right now for November. Let's see. Last week, I think I wrote. This weekend, I think I wrote 6 or 7. My husband did pretty good last week. I'm going to say this month we'll probably do, I don't know, I'd probably say about.
Throw a number out there, Mindy. You don't have to think that hard on
I know. Listen, this is why you don't throw number questions at me. I usually tell everybody before the interview, look, I don't know my minimum.
I'll answer it for you, because now that if Mindy's not counting this, that means things are going very, very much all right. She's not struggling. I have to tell you, tell all of you. So she's doing, and Andrew just doing amazing, probably because they're not counting money. So
You're right. You're not wrong.
so, but anyways, yeah, you guys are killers. And now Andrew definitely.
First on my butt there, Ivan.
But Andrew's got a good mentor here, and Mindy, let's dive a little bit about the in-home. So everybody's probably, if you flipping 10 grand into 50 grand, everybody probably wants to know how they do the same. Now that we talked a little bit about the phones, because this the whole job is really just about getting leads. We talked about that, dialing. You gave us some tips on that as well. My advice also is pretty much similar. Just put some glue on the chair, get in the chair, and no, I'm just kidding. But but just get yourself to work, lock yourself in the routine, eliminate distractions, and keep going. We get all that, just follow the script, be confident. Over time, you're gonna get experience, get enough shots, meaning enough leads, and you'll do just fine. But let's talk about your field time. How are you structuring your field time? You talked a little bit about the appointment count, and that was a good example with coffee too. But now that you booked enough appointments, which we know it's minimum 6, 7, or probably 8 for the day, and talk to us a little bit about your presentation. About the in-home, what things are you hitting on. Maybe talk about the structure of your appointment. If you have any certain steps that you can share with us that we can all benefit from.
Yeah. So the first thing, Matt Borsch actually has really good. He simplifies it. So the first thing is you tell him who you are, because I don't want to throw too much at people. Okay. But basically, at the end of the day, I was just telling one of my agents today. They said they got totally derailed in an appointment because they got off their routine. They got off their order of their appointment. They said, Mindy, I lost that sale. I could have had that sale, but I got completely derailed because they told me that they already had life insurance put in place. And I got excited and I started telling them about living benefits. And they're like, who are you, first of all? So at the end of the day, always start with telling who you are. If they have life insurance, cool, chill. Tell them we'll get to that. Okay. Don't tell them chill, you'll lose the sale, but you need to chill. Don't get excited if you see that they have this huge increasing term, right? Like, let's stay in order, but tell them who you are. Basically, what mortgage protection is, and then what you're going to do. So you're going to ask a couple minutes of health questions, couple financial questions, talk about what you do and don't qualify for, and then you'll go from there. Don't tell them too many things at once. You don't want to go into products that they don't qualify for. So you need to make sure that you've done your financial inventory and then you've called your manager. And then from there, take everything step by step. So I don't want to get into it too much, but I did post on Serve the People. If you want to search my name, Mindy Tibbs, I did a complete breakdown of my entire in-home presentation. So from the very beginning, first step, all my steps in order that I do. If you guys want to look on there, like I said, my name's Mindy Tibbs. You can look on there, watch those videos. Let me know if you have any questions about that. But I think the biggest thing, I don't want to get into too many details and overwhelm you, but keep things in order. Don't go out of order. Every house should be the same routine, the same order that you're doing. Who you are, where you're from, financial inventory, call your manager, explain the product. Don't switch things and don't get freaked out of order, because you'll find security eventually and knowing that the same thing should be done in the house over and over again. Hopefully that answers your question, Ivan.
Yeah, 100%. I think the main thing you said is if you, and I'm going to translate and rephrase this a little bit here, if you're not on the Serve the People group, join it. There's so many gems you can pick up from there and stay up to date on all of the new things that Mindy Tibbs creating, being in the field, because you saw adaptable, and again, your posts are inspirational. A lot of them filled with very useful information. So what I'm gathering here, if you're not part of our community and trying to be successful, if you're not part of the Serve the People Facebook group and trying to be successful, and just saying, all right, so I'm here. But if you here with Family First Life and you're not on the Serve the People group, you're probably not really fully with us, because like you gotta surround yourself with people that are having results that you want to have, right? So you got to listen to them. Me personally, I think I would just take their word for it, just go with the flow. So that's what Mindy's really telling you. Just go on the Serve the People group, type in Mindy Tips. You'll see all her posts, and you're going to have a lot of valuable content that's going to benefit you. Where she's breaking everything down, in the very detailed fashion. So we only doing this for about 30 minutes. So, and we possibly could not have enough time to go in home, but go and Serve the People, find her, and I promise you, you're gonna sell more. So, but anyways, Mindy, I know we want to be respectful of your time as well. So if you want to give us a parting shout, this was good, by the way. So I'm glad if you're watching us and you got to know Mindy. So know this, I think she really didn't even scratch the surface with what she knows on the podcast today. So, but if you want to, again, just reach out to her directly on the social, if you're now with our company, and learn more about how she's having this amazing results, and talk to her. And again, her name is Mindy, Mindy, last name Tibbs, and just find her and see if she's maybe hiring, right? See if she's maybe willing to help you become a successful insurance agent as well. But for all of us FFL agents, check out Mindy's content on Serve the People group. Mindy, again, want to be respectful of your time. If you want to give us a parting shout, something that's going to boost us into our day, and just give us some motivation here. And I appreciate everything, and I appreciate your time today.
Yeah, I think it's something that a lot of people don't say a lot, but this job is really mental, and it can really sometimes screw with your head if you let it. But you cannot run your business based off of emotions. You have to run your business. And when I say run your business, it doesn't mean you have to have a team right now. You're showing up every day, right? If you're your own boss, that's a business. So I know that there's hard days. Ivan has had hard days. He still has hard days. There are days where it really messes with your head when you're dialing. You're getting rejection. Then you have days where you sell nothing. Then you have days where you good dial days. Look, it can be is not letting my emotions run my day-to-day business. And trust me, when you're pregnant and then postpartum, that's really hard. So at the end of the day, guys, I know it's tough. I know that there's tough days, but let me tell you, you will not regret pushing through dial day, showing up for your appointments. And when you get that commission statement for your family and your bank account, you will never, ever regret pushing past those emotions. But you know what you will regret? You will, every time you let the emotions win and you quit, you will regret it every single time without fail. So I know it's hard. I know it can be emotional. Throw those emotions to the ground. They will never guide you to success. And just follow the system, follow people who you believe are successful, and just push through those emotions, and you will never, you won't regret it. You'll never regret that.